classic banger set that I know a lot of people didn't see it, and now we're going to be getting those. It's so sick.
I will say nothing has topped game or Genesis 5 Grand Finals for me yet.
What was that? Well, that was G5 with him.
Cake's first, or the first time he won Genesis, so it was full stream versus Cake.
Oh, I'm like,
I was there for that.
Oh,
yeah.
Full stream was on Ori and Cake was on Forsburn. That was.
Juan, we'll need to send you a playlist of Rivals 1 matches to watch so you can get educated on those.
Happily, I'll happily watch all of them.
That one was amazing too because we ran overtime, so the whole audience was full, right? Because everyone had gotten there for Melee. And at the start of the event, they're like, "What is this game?" And by the end, everyone's chanting CakeAssault. Like the whole venue is chanting CakeAssault. It was super sick.
A little surprise. Cake is running Fleet against Stango.
Ooh. So still thinks that this character can do it into this matchup because all the Craig said this was awful for them before. So. Yeah, no, that was always the story of Rivals at Genesis because it was always the first game. It'd be like 9, 10 in the morning, and so the crowd had like all the Rivals people were super pumped and were there, but the crowd wasn't full the way it is when you watch top 8s for Melee and Alt. But because we ran long, it was just like, well, we all needed seats. They all had to watch.
Yeah.
Turns out you can Stockholm syndrome your audience into liking the game.
I will say still to this day, it was our biggest tournaments generally it's not that big of a bump on Steam, right? Like in terms of sales, but you could see the Genesis 5 bump, it was actually visible.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, it was pretty hype tournament.
Oh dear. Okay.
Not sure what happened there. Sometimes you just end up hitting the wrong button at the wrong time.
That wasn't a nerf thing. That was just sometimes you hit too many buttons too fast.
Yep.
We got rid of her float with you when you grab ledge or regaining it. Just didn't live anymore.
You know what? I'm good.
But you only lose the float if you used it once already before. If you just grab ledge and you haven't used it.
Right. No, we just delete it. We just delete it.
Okay, perfect. Great.
Yep.
No, but you're right. Yeah, you just don't get it back.
Yes, that's what I thought. I just wanted to double check.
Oh,
boom!
yeah.
The big nair reaches out.
Yeah, I mean that's one of the things that makes this matchup so hard is when you go low as Crag, it's basically a death sentence because they can cover pretty much anything as you come up. I think the higher recoveries are a little bit more successful, but at the same time, look at what's happening when Stango's trying to go high. You're good.
And Odin 2988, congrats, you win the giveaway.
What's happening when Stango tries to go?
When he tries to go at all.
It's not go high. It's just Stango's off stage. Cool.
Yeah. And you can't
wait to take this clip. Not to take this clip. I can't wait to take this set out of context and lie to everybody watching my YouTube channel about yeah, look at right after the patch there was a Fleet in top 8. Still gets results. You all are dooming too much.
Yeah, please fine, guys.
Yeah, who's this Fox? According to Reddit, he deleted Fleet, so...
Yeah, there's no more Fox and Whale in the game at all. You just can't pick them on the character select screen.
New character. Is this a new character? Got bubbles? Is this Orcane?
Named after indie folk.
Oh my god.
Wait, what broke the pillar? Was it the tornado out there?
I think so.
Oh, man. It looked far away. I'm kind of surprised that it ended up breaking it.
Someone pointed out that the remaining players in this bracket, especially if Cake wins this, if Cake and Mango wins their games, well, I guess Ion is there too. But there's 4 different Evo winners in this bracket apparently.
Mango, Cake.
We could say Evo and Genesis and the... what is Ion one that I could make this work for?
Oh, Evo / Genesis, I guess. The biggest... I forgot Rivals wasn't an Evo.
I was thinking that
Void, Mango.
Ion had won the Genesis Shadow Major for PM, but he won the Genesis, or not one. He got top 5 at the main stage one instead. That was his big breakout tournament.
Still an insane amount of talent.
Oh yeah,
insane.
We're gonna see some character counter picking going down now.
For sure.
Yep. We now see Stango switching to Clairen, the character that he used to play just for Fleet. To the point that people thought that Stango was a Clairen main, and he's like, no, I just really don't like the playing against this one character.
A meta that encourages counterpicking because all the characters have weaknesses and strengths is a good meta. Press 1 if you agree. And I think, to me, even though I'm a specialist and I've always been a main one character kind of guy, I like a lot when games sort of allow you to, or encourage, right? I'm kind of picking here and there. That's why I think best of 5 is and always will be like the most natural way to do a set of a fighting game.
It also makes the brackets like really interesting, right? You get really nervous based on like your path because there are, you know, characters that are easier or harder for your.
Because best of 3, it like punishes you for taking a risk, right? But that's
I agree.
That's what seeds out the lesser players from the better players, right? That's like the dangers of that part of bracket. You just got to be absolutely cracked to get through. When you get to best of 5 and top 8, it gives you time to develop a strategy as the set goes along, which I like.
I think, there's definitely a reason you see a lot more just like game 2s. We don't go to game 3 in a best of 3, but you see a lot more like best of 5 go to the distance. Oh my god, I wasn't sure there.
I just realized Stango's on Clairen.
Yup. This is a counter pick because he did not like the matchup.
What's interesting is, like, despite everything we're saying, I know that some of the design philosophy that, like, Dan here has talked about, or at least some of the team did in Rivals 1, is, like, we know that there's going to be some matchups that are harder, but they wanted it so that, like, there was no matchups that were impossible, so that you could be a solo main if you wanted to.
Stango plays everyone.
What do you say?
Their balance for Fleet, they were talking about how they wanted to level out her matchups a little bit.
Yeah. Like, they're aware that, like, some matchups will just be harder. They're not trying to make every single matchup, like, a 5-5, 50-50 matchup, but they don't want any character to be like, I literally have to switch off against this character no matter what. That's the way it was in Rivals 1. I don't think we're there in Rivals 2 yet.
Yeah, I think once the meta starts settling, we just basically look at specific matchups because like the changes you make, you know, if like you have a heavy who's getting combos to death, right? Like then it's gonna affect all the matchups, but you try to target the ones that they're having trouble with.
I never even thought about that. Like sometimes you're not nerfing or buffing a character just in general, but it's like we need to make this change for a very specific matchup. If you can do when there's this many characters instead of like 50.
Yeah, it's a lot more viable when you can put a lot of love in each individual character.
He's looking real good. I've always been a big fan of this Clairen. We just don't see it that often because it's for the one character. Because one of Stango's big training partners is Boyko, who like is one of the best Clairens, just bar none.
Yeah, it's a good Clairen. Yeah, this reminds me of like Mewtwo King, like having, you know, 3-4 characters in your build that you can pull out.
Yep, just for very specific matchups or very specific stages.
And I imagine if Stango wins this, CakeAssault switches back to Forsburn, right? Against Clairen?
Yeah. And then it's sort of like about who can break the serve, right?
Wow! With a kill also on top of that.
Yeah, that was gnarly.
Yeah, so now this game 3 is going to be really important because it will decide, you know, who ends up with the counter pick advantage in the final game. I don't know. I mean, it's also possible that, like, you know, Stango can just beat the Forsburn with the Clairen, or CakeAssault can just beat the Crag with the Forsburn, but we'll have to see.
Yeah, I don't think it's not that Stango can't do it, but it's the, like, if I already have an extremely well-practiced counter pick in my pocket, like, why not?
Right. And there it is. Switch to Forsburn. Totally makes sense. That matchup looks just as hard, if not harder, than it was before.
Yeah, like if you hold out these two players and we're like, yeah, one of them's just gonna stick with Fleet or just stick with Fours, or, you know, on Stango's side, just the Clairen or Zetter or Crag. I'm like, oh yeah, I could see either of them winning with any of those combos. But if you've got all three and they're all extremely well practiced, let it rip.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I definitely think this is gonna set the pace for the rest of the set.
Yes. Because now you're playing for counter pick advantage.
Yeah, and I don't know if Stango's
I mean, Stango's Clairen looked really solid, so it'll be nice to see it against something other than the fleet, which is pretty much, like you said, exclusively where we've seen it.
Yeah, I know that he's played a lot of Clairen in general, but like that's the reason that he has it for sure.
Right. Forsburn is locked in.
Mm-hmm.
Stango banned Rockwall and Port. So I think Cake. Yeah. Goodbye, Delta Forsburn.
Okay. Yeah, very good Forsburn state.
Godai Delta, where the Abyss sprang from.
What you know? What is the Abyss lore? Is it like I know it's probably part of the story. I'm very not on the lore of Abyss. So I guess is that the bad guy of Rivals, or is that not really a thing?
It is unclear. We're gonna find out.
Oh.
So Bowler, who I believe is Smash Flash 2 YouTuber, made a video that's like an hour and 40 minutes long.
It's really good. Yeah,
Covers
so
all
good.
the lore, and we have now assigned it twice to 2 new hires as the way to catch up. We have been like, go watch this video on YouTube because it's better. Like, we have a lore Bible that you can read that's internal for our team. I'm like, this video is better, so go watch it. So I recommend anyone who's interested in lore, put that video on, you know, make it whatever speed, 1.5 is how I watched it. And,
I watched tonight.
It's very good, and it will get you caught up. And
I'm sure if you asked, he'd be
Who's,
super down for you to watch it on stream.
Who's
Yeah,
the artist? Or,
Bowler.
sorry, the editor?
Bowler.
Bowler.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a YouTuber. He used to do Smash Flash 2 stuff, and he got really into Rivals, and so now he's doing a lot of Rivals videos too.
Bro, I've at this point I've seen some of the greatest just content of my life, videos of my life, and the subject is like obscure platformer from some other time that doesn't even matter. Or like there's like the Tekken lore video, which is absolutely a roller
Yeah,
coaster.
it's basically one of those. It's a here's 2 hours of Rivals lore, and it's super funny because you'll watch it, and some of it's the like, so here's this like it was in the comics and it was super detailed and serious, and then there's other things that are canon that's just like an offhand phrase from one of the characters' win quotes, and he covers both of them as evenly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would recommend it. It's good. It's good.
Yeah, well, I watched it on a flight. It was a nice way to pass the time.
Dan, I'm glad you shouted out because I was going to, but the fact that you literally have assigned new hires to watch it is so funny. It is that well made. It's a very good video.
Like I said, we have a lore Bible which covers a lot of stuff, but it's not as exciting as watching a video, I would say.
Yeah.
Right now,
Watching a
Stango.
video or having to find like 3 different comic books and play dungeons and play like.
Yep.
CakeAssault winning the Comic War steadily here. Stango doing his best to stay at pace. It still is a dead even set. Two stocks apiece, 1 game apiece here.
Oh wait, Bowler's literally in chat.
Oh,
Oh, that's sick.
yo, what's good,
Yeah.
Bowler?
Bowler's like, why are people
it's a
talking
video.
about me?
Someone gift that man. Oh, he's already subbed. Let's go, Bowler. I didn't realize that was the same Bowler. good job, Bowler.
Big yeah, here, actually.
Juan's gonna watch your lore video later.
Down air does not get the tipper and actually dies for it. Huge committal.
Yeah. I see the vision though, right? If you're,
Yeah.
you're like you're down in the matchup going for the kill.
Oh, because if it hits, you get it.
Right.
You're done with the stock. You don't need to do a combo. You just get the kill and you move on.
Yeah, it would have been a huge swing if it went Stango's way.
Yeah, I like the Emble, but now with that, I mean, such a dangerous position to be in offstage versus Forsburn. Especially with the changes to the upbeat hitbox, a lot easier to down air now.
Nice.
Ooh, okay, wait.
Capes are looking very dangerous.
Say,
deal
Stango
with.
needs to make sure he's clearing the smoke. Luckily, 1 swing of Clairen's blade can cover a ton of the stage for it, but For's neutral just gets so much better when that smoke is out. Which is why you have to make that call out of like, do I want smoke on stage for like the neutral benefit, or do I want to pull it all so that I can have combustion unlock?
Oh, the big spike, but he
Oh,
techs
gets it
it.
down there, but doesn't. Okay, wait.
And
The
Mary Kate and Ashley both surviving that spike. They both popped up. You're done.
Which one's which in this context?
I'm not sure, bro.
Which one's the clone here?
They both came back up. Nice.
Mary Kate always texts, so you know that's the real one.
Okay, got it. Got it.
Now the question is, does Stango continue the counterpick war?
I think we're seeing Crag 100% here.
Yeah.
Gotta be Crag, right?
But yeah, but this does mean he probably has to beat the fleet with the Crag as well.
Let's see. Let me check. Okay. I'm seeing Forsburn. I'm seeing Crag. Yep. It is.
Yep.
This is a classic chess at this point.
And the thing is, like, that's the chess match that you're playing, and I believe in this Stango Crag, but it's not like CakeAssault Forsburn is gonna be a walk in the park.
Right. Yeah, I feel like the only guaranteed one felt like the Fleet Crag and then the Clairen Fleet. Like everything else feels like it could go either way.
Like, I could not see Cake's fours for years, and I would still bet so much money on it. Also, we have Cake and losers, and like that has to be said. Losers Cake is a menace.
I know. I mean, I'm just. If you actually ask me who my money on is to win the whole bracket from this point right here, it's Cake.
It's still Cake.
It's 100% Cake.
Okay.
Still, yeah. In fact,
valid.
he's just the kind of player that like just needs that earlier grind, that earlier kick in the face. That's like water splashing you. You just wake up and all of a sudden like, oh yeah, I'm him. I'm that guy. And then just the catapult effect happens. You warm up. You warm up. You warm up. Next thing you know, he's just a meteor by the time he gets to grand finals. And that's why he's done so well and had so many iconic moments in Rivals 1, winning all these grand finals.
Oh my god. Oh, he did get back. Okay.
The skin of his rocks.
Yeah, I will say when the torch was kind of passed from full stream to Cake, he went a bit where all of his tournaments he had the hardest route possible because he would always lose early in winners, and he would go through like the top 5 players in the game to win the bracket.
Yeah.
And that's just what we
That's
were.
tenacity.
I remember the first year where he made Genesis through winner, like he made Grands through winners, and we were like, oh no,
Yeah, we're like,
he's
he's gonna
actually
lose.
unstoppable now.
Well, no, I thought it was the opposite. I was like, he's a winner. He's gonna lose.
Oh really?
Yeah, he's too comfortable, right? It's not enough game. He's not ready for this.
Stango in a good bit of trouble here. It seems CakeAssault has found his footing even on this match as they repeat characters on the counter picks, switching up each time. Now he's got a stock lead. The backer comes out of there too. Stango needs a zero death right here. He needs the edge guard, but he misses the fair. Dabbing on shield, emergency up tilts.
Dildo has a chance to get the stock.
Ooh!
Oh my god, how did he find a down air there?
The pillar.
Is he alive?
Pillar saved Cake.
Oh, he is!
Still-
I can't believe
Missed
he got
the
on stage
spike.
there.
Oh my
I thought
god.
for sure he was just gonna get edge guarded.
I think he get the grab there too.
Rock
Still has a chance.
Oh, those shards are nice.
smashes down the ground, but he
Still in
lives.
it. I think if he can get the stock before he's at like 80%, he's still actually
Yeah,
in a
there's a
decent
chance.
spot.
Let's see. 76.
Okay.
At 84.
Why do we?
It's gonna, yeah. It's lot.
Why do we add that? Oh, it's over. How does he get out?
It's not over, but now that he's at 100, I'm way more scared of making any sort of comeback. Oh, that's
What
it.
the
That is it.
Crazy setup.
Oh, that was so good.
Yeah, Cake with an insane follow-up there. Just
Wrapping up the stock so well.
Mental.
and yeah, I mean, that's CakeAssault there.
Oh.
Stango was playing
Nobody's
great too.
surprised.
That's the funny
It
part.
was playing great.
Stango was playing great, and Cake is just Cake.
Cake is
Yeah.
cake.
I told
And
you.
He makes another top 4 here